There have been several conflicting reports following the U.S. multiple airstrikes that occurred in Sokoto State and in Kwara State regarding terrorists that Donald John Trump said the U.S. targeted. Even Nigeria government itself is producing conflicting reports different from what the people on the ground are saying. Some media report holds that there were no casualties on the side of civilian population. There are other media reports that says that some people were actually injured. Some media reports says that those who were targeted were not terrorists. Other media reports says that a good number of terrorists were targeted. I'll play this report from one television for you to have a view as to what the conflicting reports are all saying. It is not clear what is happening because Nigerian government should be on the scene and explain to the people what actually occurred.
As the dust settles, more details are emerging from Nigeria. The U.S. conducted airstrikes on Nigeria's northwestern Sokoto state on Christmas Day. U.S. President Donald Trump described it as a Christmas gift to what he called ISIS terrorist scam. But the problem is some of the gifts may have been delivered to the wrong address. These are visuals from a village in Nigeria's Kwara state. This used to be a house. It was hit at about 11 p.m. local time on December 25th, just before Christmas ended. The problem is it is somewhere near the purported target of the American operation. Two whole states separate in Kwara state from Sokoto, the operation's target. Locals are understandably shaken.
I could have been forgotten, killed by now, if the wall of the house that broke had collapsed on me. Praise to God Almighty.
These visuals are from the correct state. They're from Jabo village in Sokoto. But even in Sokoto state, there are some discrepancies between the U.S. account of the strikes and the realities on the ground.
Around 10:45 p.m., I received a message from Jabo because I'm residing in Sokoto, that's very close to our family farm. Something struck and this is what has happened. So I quickly rushed this morning to come and see the level of damage that this has given to the community. Glory be to God, there was no loss of life and no much damage to the properties.
So the U.S. ended up damaging a field in Jabo village while they were conducting deadly strikes against Islamic State terrorists. Nigeria says that the U.S. did manage to successfully bomb two terrorist camps. They were in Sokoto's Boani forest. Nigeria says that the U.S. launched 16 GPS-guided precision munitions using MQ-9 Reaper drones. The bombing of the other locations was attributed to debris from the operation. After the strikes, the U.S. thanked the Nigerian government for their support. Abuja was also quick to announce that strikes were a collaborative effort between the U.S. and Nigeria. Up to this point, the American and Nigerian accounts are mostly in sync. But the divergence in accounts was over who the strikes were meant to protect. Trump projected the bombings as a way to defend Christians in Nigeria. He says Christians face an existential threat in the country. It's why he chose to attack on Christmas Day. However, Abuja reiterated that the terrorists don't just target Christians. They attack Nigerians of all faiths. Nigeria pushed back against Trump's Christian persecution narrative, which was its biggest break with the official U.S. line. And for more details, our correspondent Louisa Olaniyi has sent us this report from Lagos.
The recent U.S. airstrike against ISIS in Nigeria has sparked debate on the authenticity of joint action between Nigeria and the U.S., as some school of thought believed U.S. strikes was unilateral, undermining the sovereignty of Nigeria. Whether or not the narratives flying around is anything to go by, many believe it is a step towards addressing the country's security challenges. in a bigger way. It was a mixture of shock, joy, fear, and confusion over the unexpected Christmas Day strike targeting alleged ISIS militants in northwest Nigeria. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olaniyi.